Morning guys, you join me today. I'm over in Swindon. I've just driven 2 hours to Barbury Shooting School, where I've come to shoot 100 birds sporting. I've been chatting to the guys this morning, bit of an impromptu decision to come. Messaged them on Facebook, very helpful, and they've been kind enough to allow me to film here. It's very windy today. Don't know if you can see the rain on the window. It's very wet as well. Not great in June, but I couldn't be more excited to be here because I'm here for a very special target that I know they've got on today. It's an event and I'm booked in at 1:40. It's currently just gone 12, so I'm going to get the gun out, go and meet the people, get myself signed in and go and break some clays, or at least attempt to, and we'll see what their sporting layout's like. Also, it looks a nice ground from the out here in the car park, so we're hopeful that it's going to be a nice ground. I'm not sure how open everything's going to be due to the lockdown rules and social distancing and all that, but yeah, let's get out there.
So all these targets are typical of your sporting layout. As I said before, very windy. Some of the targets weren't shown quite as they were supposed to have been because they either got held on the wind or pushed back or out. Let's see how I get on. Not exactly the best of starts. Good kill, but followed by a clean miss in my true style. That's a bit more like it. On stand 2, I actually had a good few misses on this first bird in particular, but luckily Tom was there to offer some words of wisdom, and at the end of the day that's what practices are all about: taking your time, finding the target, learning how to cope with it in the future. It took a few attempts, but I got there in the end. It was then time to head over and look at the target that I'd come here for. So this is nicknamed the Gnat. It's basically a high-speed remote control aeroplane with some flash smoke grenade type targets attached to the underside, capable of, I would say, high speeds and tight manoeuvres. It makes it a great target, and the flash and the smoke on any successful shot is very satisfying indeed. Let's have a look at it. And this team score a hit off one of their first shots. It's definitely a sight. Can't wait to have a go myself, but back to the clays for a couple of more stands. Really does help to be told where you are on a certain target if you're missing it. As you can see, just a quick word and then I was able to get on him. now a simultaneous pair, I always think it's important to just try and control yourself to not rush on either the first or the second. You're usually given ample time to get on them both. We moved over onto the other half of the shooting ground at Barbury, which was quite open and on a hillside. It meant the weather was sort of worse here, really, especially the wind causing havoc with presentation of the targets, but also we had quite a bit of interference with the buttons, so the targets weren't 100% reliably coming when called for. Didn't bother me, just made the most of it and enjoyed the day still. Things like this are so out of control of either, well, any shoot organiser or shooting ground. I feel like you just got to make the best of it. So I was finding the A bird without too much trouble, but that B bird I could not get on. So we discussed it and decided that I'd have a few of those just on their own, just to try and find the target, as it were, and realise where I was going wrong.
Just do that one. Yeah, okay.
As it happened, first single bird up and a good and clean kill. Main event time now. Time for me to get in the stand and look down the barrels at the Gnat. Got to admit, I was a little bit nervous at this. So they showed the Gnat target as part of a up to 4-man flurry, which was good fun in itself. There was only 3 guns, me and 2 others shooting at once. Luckily for me, the other 2 guys were fair shots and could make up all the plays and targets that I missed. I must admit, frustration was setting in after the 3rd time of missing this thing. Did say it was high speed, but even this took me by surprise. finally a good kill on a clay there. Has it set me up? Yes, it did at last. I finally can say I shot the gnat. There aren't too many targets I've ever shot before that form a victory roll at the end. A fair bit of relief when I saw them flames come off that plane. To finish off my round of clays and see what else the ground had to offer. Is it only me that dreads these seemingly easy targets, knowing that I'm going to drop a silly one? Looking at the shotkam footage, I'm always on the left hand edge of that one, and sure enough I dropped one. With the weather closing in, we decided to make stand 9 my last stand for the day. It was my decision, they were happy for me to carry on shooting, but I think that was enough for one day. And this was the last pair. Last bird dusted, always a good place to stop in my opinion. Some bonus footage here of a second team that I filmed earlier in the day taking on the gnat target with some good success. Well done, good shooting.
Just got back to the car, had a really great day shooting down here, well worth the drive. Went out, was shown the ground. It's a very nice ground as is, and they're working on it, and they're hoping to expand the clubhouse as well as the grounds, which when it's all done I think is going to be fantastic from what they were telling me their plans are. As it is, I'd definitely say it's well worth a visit, and if you can manage to get on one of these days where they have the gnat to shoot, brilliant fun, hard to hit according to me. Others found it a bit easier, luckily, so there's some footage. The ground has every target you'd wish to shoot. and I was treated to a very warm welcome and great service throughout my time here. I'll definitely be coming back, and if anyone's looking for a new place anywhere near Swindon, or if they're coming to Swindon or the area, definitely look up Barbury Shooting School. I'll put the link for the Facebook and also any other link that they provide me with to the shooting ground, Barbury Shooting Ground, Swindon. I'll put it all in the description below.
A big thanks to all the team at Barbury, especially Josh for being prompt with his replies that morning, a bit last minute, but to get me down there and filming as well as having a good shoot. Special mention goes to Tom, who showed me around the grounds in the wet and wild conditions we had that day. He buttoned for me very kindly and put up with my poor shooting, even managed to get me to hit some, which was much appreciated. We had a good crack as well. Good day out, nice informal, relaxed atmosphere. Yeah, I can't wait to come down and see it when it's all finished.